Hello, this is the first in a series of videos I'll be doing on the Xgody brand of phones, which is a lovely phone, and how to put the SIMs and reset the phone should you have any issues. To start with, I'll show you, I've got two of them here just for example purposes. To start with, I'll show you how to reset the phone. You reset the phone, first you check, in this case the phone is on. And with this phone, it also has the fingerprint facility, which I'll show you later. In this case, to reset the phone, first you start from an off position. So, from there, you shut down. Go OK, and the phone shuts down. When you reset the phone, it brings it back to a new condition, like you first got the phone. So that has shut down now, it has gone off. I've felt the vibration. Now to reset the phone, you have there that rocker button. This is just, I'll use that rocker, which is the volume up, volume down. To reset it, you hold the top button and the power button at the same time. That is the up, the power button, which is covered because this one is like just out of the box. You hold that and that down at the same time. Hold and stay there. That's it. I'm holding. There you go. Now you get a menu there. On this menu, don't press the button down because you can read there the button down is okay to activate it. It goes through three options, 1, 2 and the third, which is the recovery. You want it in the recovery position. Then you press the down volume button once, not the power, the down volume button, down, and then it goes into that, and you just wait a few seconds or a minute. There you go. Now you get this. Sometimes that's confusing. To get to the menu on this, you hold the power button and click the up volume once. That's the plus button. You just press once and let go. But first you hold down the power button. I'm going to take this off just for convenience sake. It's just because it comes in new like this. Right, here we go. You hold the power button down and then you press that once. And now you've got the menu. Now you use the down arrow key, the down volume, to go to the wipe data factory reset. That is wipe data factory reset, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wipe data factory reset. Now you're at wipe data factory reset. You press the power button. You press the power button to activate that, and then you take it down to yes, which is what we want to do. Take it down to yes. Now it's on yes. You press the power button again. Now it's doing its business. It's resetting the phone. Right, it's finished resetting the phone, so you just press the power button again to reboot the phone. Now, when the phone reboots, it's going to come back to the state of new. Any issues, any problems, every settings will come back to default. Right. Let's put that down, and while this is resetting, let's go to this and do the SIM one. Now with this phone, it's two SIMs, or a SIM and a micro SD, which is that. I have already got one inserted. To get there, so your SIMs don't drop when you open it, that's the access point to open it. You'd always get this pin with it anyway. You turn the phone upside down, you push into there, and the tray will pop out. Put your SIM down, and that's the configuration for the SIM and a micro SD. In the micro SD slot, you can always put a SIM as well. Now, just a moment while we're on that, come back to this phone that we were resetting. It is now reset. To check, sorry, let me switch it off again. Let's go into like off, switch it on, flick to open. There, it's come new, so you go, got it. Now that's how to reset this phone, which is a D22 Xgody, and it goes like the same with most of the phones. The Xgody range, to reset them is similar. Now, coming to the SIM, like I was saying, on this model, what it takes is we've got a normal SIM, a micro SIM, which is one step down, and a nano SIM, which is the smallest of them all. With this particular phone, it takes this two if you want to go dual SIM. It works on the micro SIM and the nano SIM, or the micro SIM and the micro SD expansion slot, expansion card. You can put as much as 32, 64 GB, whatever you want in there. In this case, what I've got here is just a 4 GB, for example. All right. So that's the arrangement for the SIM and micro SD. Notice the micro SD is upside down. To put it back in the tray, you have to hold the phone to upside down so it don't slip, and it goes in like so. Okay, no problems. Now let's do it with the other SIM. I'll go through and show you with the micro SD out. Remember, that is a micro SIM, which is same size as that. The other SIM that fits in this is that one, to make it a dual SIM, and it goes in that way with the cut edge there, and then that's a dual SIM phone. Whoops, excuse me. Let it sit properly in the tray, ideally like so. Push it in gently. Once it's in, push gently and it's in. Now let's switch it on. As you can see, we've got two networks. The other one is just about catching on. Alright, so open the phone. Do you want to change the default right disk? You go OK. Now you can see, you go OK. I've got both networks working. If I go to settings and go to SIM cards, I can't read upside down. Display notifications. Oops, it's all here. SIM cards. There we go. There we go. I've got SIM 1 and SIM 2. We've got Tesco and EE, and I can see both numbers. I'm going to take one of the SIMs out and put a micro SD in. But before I do that, I'll go to settings and go to storage, so you can see storage. All right. In storage, I haven't got any SD card on it, micro SD card on it. So I'll take that out. I can hot swap it, but I'll just switch it off there for a minute, not full power off. Phone upside down. Open the tray. The SIM goes in, the micro SD goes in there. But please remember, there are two different sizes of SIMs it takes, only their sizes. And the micro SD, just look at the mappings, it goes upside down there and it sits there. I know that one works anyway, this one. I think that's the one I took out. Put it like so. Put it back in. Shut it. Turn it around. we've got only one SIM. It can see only one SIM now. It has new SD card detected. Oops. All right, we go to settings. Where's my storage? Anyway, first have a look at SIM cards. Now it's only one SIM card in because I have only one in. I go back and I go to storage. Now I've got a disk there, internal storage. Now with these phones, they're excellent phones, lovely phones, and I'll show you how to do the fingerprint in a moment. Lovely phones, but the thing with them is the difference with the more expensive phones is the capacity. Now if you have a lot of photos or whatever, ideally use an SD card, one SIM and an SD card, and move all your photos and everything. Don't overload the internal right disk. If you overload the internal right disk, or it gets full, that's what I mean, the internal memory of the phone, which is not massive like your everyday 500-pound phone, it will slow the phone down and cause you some issues. Better put all your pictures and whatever you have on your SD card, and the amount of apps you put, limit them. The ones you don't use, get rid of them. The one you use often, leave them on. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and go to the settings for the thumbprint. Okay, I'm going to go back again and do it again. Let's go to the beginning. Home, go to settings, screen lock, touch the thumbprint to continue. How do you want to open it if your thumbprint doesn't work or you've got gloves or something like that? Let's use a pin instead. So we will choose 1 2 3 4 0 0 0, continue, 1 2 3 4, okay, down. Just go done. Right, it wants my fingerprint now. So what I'll do is, it is a process of that. Keep tapping on there while it's showing on the other side. That's what I'll be doing. Press, let my finger go, press, so that it can recognize the whole finger. So I start by doing that, and then first time, this is gonna go all the way around, lift, and then I touch again, I touch again, touch again, touch again, lift, touch, lift, touch, lift. Have to apply a little bit of pressure on the back for it to see your fingerprint. A little bit of pressure. We're getting there. We're getting there. I hope you can see it. We're getting there. Now it's recognized it, and I go done. Now it's recognized that finger. I could do more, but for this purposes, I'd leave it at that. Then the next thing you would do to be 100% sure is to restart it. That's what I always do. I just go reboot, and I go OK. Okay. Now, when the phone reboots, you can always open your phone with your fingerprint. The phone is rebooting. It's restarting. While it's restarting, there are two versions of this phone. There's a 3G version and there's a 4G version. They're just one and the same phone with different capacity and different speed. Different speed on the 4G one. Well, if you don't need a 4G, you don't need a 4G. But I'd always go for either one of them. They're all good. It's starting apps now. So it's ready. Great. SD card. To open it, I'll put my finger on the back. Put my finger on the back. It didn't do it this time. So I'll go home. 1 2 3 4 for the first time. Okay, wait for it to recognize the SIM. It has. Okay, then I'll switch it off, and then there we go, by my finger on the back. Switch it off again, finger opens it on the back. Switch it off without anything, finger open. Now let me try to use my other finger that I didn't use, that I didn't program. Nope, it's telling me not recognized. Not recognized. Now let's use the correct finger. Open. Now, and to recap, in there is, for this model, is that SIM and that SIM, if you want to use 2 SIMs, and that SIM and memory micro SD. And when you put it in, you would notice that that goes in like so, and that goes in something like that. Okay, when you put in the 2 SIMs in the tray, like upside down, there, there. For the SIM, let go, and that edge goes in that way. That's for the 2 SIMs, and that's 2 SIM. Thank you very much, and if you have any further questions, we'll take care of it. Thank you. Look forward to more videos on more Xgody phones.